A few weeks ago, I released a couple free customizable starting soon screens, and you all seem to really like those. However, I've gotten several requests to make both stream ending and be right back variations of those screens. So this week I have updated versions of the templates with stream ending and be right back variations, as well as an optional chat box on each, and some additional camera angles for the SciFi one. All you have to do is download the files from the Discord, link in the description, and follow along. And if you enjoy the free graphics, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and ringing the bell. It's completely free, it lets you know when there's new stuff, and it really helps me out. That being said, let's get started. My name is Chris Folea, I'm your stream scholar. Welcome to StreamSchool. Alright, when you first open the gradient stream screens file, it should look pretty similar to this. And if you watched the previous video, which I would highly recommend if you want a more in-depth look at the controls, then this should look pretty familiar in general. And the very first thing you're going to want to do, as always, is come up here and hit the shiny circle button. That'll put this view into rendered preview mode so you can see what it looks like as you're working on your various screens. And immediately you'll notice this is a little bit different than last time because the starting soon and the logo are much smaller, and now we have room to put your chat. And you can customize that completely however you want, but first let's do a really quick recap over all of the previous controls. So if you come to the bottom right here where it says your logo and you click the square, then you go down to the materials panel and hit the X and then hit open. Now you can replace that with your logo. So I'm going to use the StreamSchool logo personally. And the gradient color 1 allows you to change the first color of the gradient. I'm going to choose a hot pink for mine. Then gradient color 2 allows you to change the second color of the gradient. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Then border color changes the border color. And then border width, if you click that, make sure you're under the item panel, come down here to properties. Now you can adjust the width of the border. Then we also have a chat color, which is new, which will change the color of the chat border. So you can have separate colors from the border, or you can make them the same color. I'm just gonna leave mine white for now. Then in terms of movement and transform controls, we have the arrow control right here, and we can move that around to move our text and logo around, or we can scale it up, or we can rotate it if you really want to. You do you, I guess. And then we have this little circle right here, which allows you to move the logo and scale the logo by using the various widgets or the hotkeys if you'd rather use the hotkeys, which that's my preference. I'm just using the widgets for ease of following, I suppose. But then the new controls for the chat are these triangles and this square right here. So if you select any of these triangles and the movement widget, you can move these on their one axis to shape this kind of however you want. So you can just move this up like this. Then you can grab the square to move the entire thing. So let's say I want to put my chat up here, for example. I can do that. And I'm also going to move my logo and make it a little bit bigger, just so it fits this design a bit better. So once we get this all nice and lined up, I'm going to grab this and move it to center this and scale it. Just because, I don't know, I'm trying something a little bit different. You do whatever layout you think looks good for your stream and your logo. Cool. And if I hit space, this all still plays seamlessly. The gradient still ramps through and everything still syncs in and out of the frame. And I think that looks pretty cool. But now you can also, let's say, first of all, we don't want the chat if we don't want that, which I personally do, but you can come up to the collections and under art, you can uncheck chat. I'm gonna leave mine on, and I might move it around a little bit more. I might just leave it alone, but you'll also notice we have a couple other collections that are new, and that is the be right back and the stream ending. So if we uncheck starting soon, we still have our logo, which you can turn off and on right here, but you can also turn on be right back and everything still plays, or you can turn off be right back and turn on stream ending. And these are a little bit different in width because of the amount of letters in each word, but so you'll have to adjust each one individually if you want them to be centered. But other than that, that's pretty much all of the new controls. You can adjust the chat and you can swap out the starting soon, be right back, and stream ending. So exporting, again, is identical to last time. All you have to do is go to the printer icon, go down to where it says output, go to the folder, and I've already put in all of the proper codec settings for you. You just have to go to output, click the little folder, go to wherever you want to save it. I'm going to put mine under editing drive with my fake presidential campaign poster. I'll call this stream ending screen, yeah. Hit enter, then enter again to accept. Then just go to render. And this part's important. I actually get a lot of Discord messages about this. You have to hit render and render animation and wait for this to finish rendering out all of the frames, and then your file will be wherever you told it to be, wherever you specified the final file to end up. So I'm not going to sit here and wait for this to render. All of this is exactly the same as the last time. So let's move on to the SciFi version. So over in the SciFi file, this should also look pretty familiar. So if you come up here and hit the shiny circle button to put this into rendered preview mode, it now looks like this. And this looks mostly identical, but you'll notice I also have like a dark chat box here as well, in case you want to have your chat on this screen as well. But let's do a quick recap here as well. So if you come here to where it says your logo, click the square, go to the materials panel, hit the X, go to open. I'm going to replace this one with my fish logo. Then you can change the glow color of the glow that sweeps through. I'm going to make this, I'm going to leave it blue. I'm just maybe a little bit slightly darker blue. Then you can change the railing color, which I might make that a little bit brighter. And you can see where that's changing as well. And you can also change the chat color. So I'm going to leave this as black, but there's an additional option with the chat that I'd like to show off as well. So let's say we make this like a bright blue. You have chat, and then you have chat holographic. So if we uncheck chat and check chat holographic, you'll notice now it has like a striped pattern on it. So it looks kind of like a traditional sci-fi hologram of sorts. That's just an option. I'm personally going to leave my chat as a nice solid black, but you'll also notice under item and properties, there's a chat transparency. So you can fade this in and out to your heart's desire. Or if you don't want the chat, you can just turn it off altogether, and that is all just as fine. Finally, or I guess not finally, because there's a little bit more, you'll notice under the collections, we also have the be right back and the stream ending. So if we play through this, we have starting soon, but if we uncheck that and check be right back, now we have our be right back text, and this all still loops correctly and plays correctly. Then we also have our stream ending text. And this Blender file is probably going to be a little bit bigger than the previous one just because there are now 3 times the textures, but now you have the options. And then one final option that I added for you all on this one is a few different camera angles, because I realized if you're starting soon and your BRB and your stream ending are all from the exact same angle, it might look a little bit repetitive. So if you want to change the camera angle, you can either move the camera first of all, you can do that if you want to, but I put in 3 preset camera angles for y'all to use. So you can just select which camera you want to use, go to view, go to cameras, and go to set active object as camera. And that'll sort of swap to the other camera. And you can see that this is more of a center straight on kind of view. And then we have the opposite view from the first one. If we go to view, cameras, set active object as camera. So you can choose different camera angles for each of your screens, and that should be pretty cool for you all. Just a little bit of extra functionality. Then exporting again is exactly the same here. All you have to do is go to the printer icon. I've set up all of the codec options for you correctly. Go to output, go to the folder icon, then save wherever you want to save this. I'm going to call this stream ending SciFi, spooky. Hit enter, enter again, then again, very important, render and render animation. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You just have to wait for it to go through. And for each of the 3 individual screens, you're gonna have to render them out individually. There's no way to just like batch render them all unless you have 3 separate files that you put on a render farm or something. Just render out each one individually. I would recommend creating each of your screens and then saving them as different files. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully, at this point, you have your cool news starting soon, Be Right Back, and stream ending screens. If you have any questions or just want to come hang out, I'm live every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at twitch.tv/oraclefishlive. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below the video for new content every single week. Until next time, my name is Chris Folea, I'm your stream scholar, and class is out.